Well, hello there, everybody. We may be a little bit late, but welcome to the first official game streamed of the Inkerland Splatoon League. I am MR Slap, aka Louis from the VAR team, and I'm here today with the lovely streamer and co-commentator for today, Spore. How are we doing? Okay, if you guys can hear us, please say in chat right now if you can hear us. This is very scuffed at the moment, our first proper stream, but trust me, it's going to get a whole lot better than this. So yeah, please just let us know if you can hear us, if everything's going. You can hear the person talking. Okay, you can hear one of you.
I think they might be able to hear me now as well. I might need to turn myself down low because I think I'll be very loud. Hold on. Da 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 da.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, redo intro. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first official set played of the Inkerland Splatoon League on stream. Distinct 1 6-0. Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, at the time we made the graphic, the result wasn't in yet. So, yeah, we're working off of the information that we had. Sorry, but yeah. Inkerland Splat League.
Yeah, Inkerland Splat League. It is very, 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 very exciting. I'm very happy to finally get this done. And you know what? It's absolutely amazing that we've got this up and running. And our first official stream is going.
It's actually it's actually running. Like we might be a little bit late.
Yeah, a little bit late, a little bit scuffed. Not everything's gonna look up to par. But trust me, everything's gonna get a whole lot better. Trust me, this would be a whole lot better if like my life didn't turn completely upside down. You thought the set was at 7. It was. Trust me, it was supposed to be at 7. But
let's just say like one delay caused another delay, and then another delay, and then another delay. Yeah. And it's like she had both of us making graphics like it was 2 minutes before the deadline.
Yeah. Look. Like I said, this is going to get a whole lot more streamlined and a whole lot better down the road. But for now, let's just quickly get into the week 1 results that you can see here on stream. Chewit Sparking taking a convincing 6-0. Well, basically all of these 6-0 victories. With Chewit Sparking, Disclaimer, Blake's brother, Distinct, as mentioned there, and Michael Reloaded, all getting the 6-0 victory. The first 3 points that you've seen in this, and then of course Disclaimer. I'm not going to say that name out loud. The Krillalels lost 1-5 against that team. And as a commentator, I'm refusing to say that name just so they don't get their little giggles out of me for making that their team name. But those are the results so far. All of those teams that you see that have gone up, that they've got 3 points on the table. You'll be able to see the table next week. I'm not saying it, Tabri. The table's gonna be here next week because we haven't got all the stats and stuff down. But once we get the nitty gritty, we'll be able to see it. But this is the game that we've got today. Retroma Paradise versus ULTRAMING, a team with a lot of history. If you're in the Discord server, which you should be, by the way, if you're in the Discord server, you'll be able to see an interview done between these two captains. And the two captains of this team, Crystal and Jason, they've got a lot of history between each other. Both of these teams have a lot of history between each other. Spore, can you explain a little bit of it for me if you know?
Yeah, so Retroma Paradise and ULTRAMING, so both of these teams, starring players for the sort of started out together on their competitive journeys. Jason and Crystal both getting their start thanks to just knowing members of the former UK champions team Spark. I'm not sure, and then along the way they've sort of diverged, forming their own teams. So the Ming Dynasty being the pickup group of Crystal's choice, containing Sail, Lemon, Sofian. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Sofian, I think.
Sofian, Shortcake, and plenty of other members as well. I know, for example, one of the other members is Revo, who years ago was actually a teammate of mine. back in our
Back
mid-level days.
back in the day, you old fella. You
5
geezer,
years
back in the
ago,
day.
yeah. It's really back in the day. But meanwhile, Jason forming the team Retroma Paradise, combining two other like sort of mid-level teams together, namely Retro Radio, which is one of my preferred Green Day albums, and My Lag Paradise, or as everybody else called them, My Little Pony, because their tag was MLP, and there's only one thing that really stands for, isn't there?
MLP, My Little Pony. Yeah, so we've got two teams which are basically just Frankensteining a bunch of teams together. And you know what? The history between these two teams as well goes deep, because Retroma Paradise always fight against ULTRAMING, and you know what? So far, they've always come out on top. But you know what? Literally anything can happen here in this league. Like, we know the ULTRAMING, they're determined to finally get that W against Retroma Paradise.
They're finally determined to get that dub and maybe bring a little bit of a golden age to the dynasty. Obviously, renaming themselves to ULTRAMING, deciding, you know what, the Ming dynasty wasn't cool enough. We need to like get V1 up in this.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. And I don't know if you guys have seen, I've made 2 jokes already about it in the interviews, but the team that Ming Dynasty fused with, Ultra Krill, is no longer.
Ultra Krill
so,
they are dead now. Rest
yeah, they are dead. Rest in peace. Just like the Ming Dynasty.
Just like the Ming Dynasty
both
died
have
in 1544. Bit of a gap
April
between the
24th,
two.
1644. But you know what? Just the Phoenix has risen from the ashes and produced ULTRAMING.
I mean, look, if you take 2 dead things, put them together, what do you get? An even better dead thing. But ULTRAMING aren't dead yet, so, you know.
Anyways, let's see what the first map and mode is going into this. I believe that a lot of people are... Drum roll, please!
That's not really a drum roll, but I don't... There you go. The first map being Barnacle and Dime on Splat Zones. So, yeah, like, Barnacle and Dime Splat Zones, I think it's one of those stages in Splatoon 3 that, like, I wouldn't say it's a classic stage yet, but I see it being picked quite a lot in UK tournaments. Obviously, at the moment, the UK scene's kind of using the same map list that was used for Vibes Volume 2, which is the map list I'm using for Splat Pursuit as well. But Barnacle and Dime Splat Zone is also making its way into the map list here and starting us off, and I think it's a really interesting first map to talk about for these teams, because obviously we've talked about how both of these teams so far are basically just mashups of, like, dead teams now. Well, I know the Ming Dynasty's not dead in terms of the pickup group. I mean, the actual Dynasty's dead, but you know what I mean. But
April 24th, 1644.
April 12th, 1644. But this is one of those maps where I think the 2 different approaches of these, like, 2 compositions is really gonna, like, show. I think it's gonna be really clear that both of these teams, despite both being like kind of Frankenstein's like mixes, they both have very different strategies, and I think those will show quite clearly on Barnacle and Dime Splat Zones, as it is, you know, it's quite a straight shot map, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but all things considered, I'm ready for this game to start.
I'm also ready for this game to start. We are half an hour late, so so yeah. Hopefully everyone's in the lobby. As I remove this, everyone is in fact in the lobby. I haven't picked the map yet. So yeah. While we're ticking down and getting these teams ready to rumble, do you have any particular thoughts on this this map mode combination? Slap.
I mean, as you were saying, this is definitely one of those like more highly regarded map mode combinations that we're seeing. Like, a lot of teams are going for it, and you know, it's just one of those maps that is like, I'm from the Smash Bros community. This is what I would call like a clean PS2. Like, it's one of those maps that everybody really likes playing on. It's like, I don't feel like there are too many teams that really hate going to this map or anything like that. And then it's like, you know, yeah, no, that's just all I'm trying to say. I'm stupid, sorry. I'm just slipping over everything in my mind at the moment.
Yeah, like I say, both of these teams could really go, like, they could pull out a lot of different things. Obviously, Retroma Paradise having a, like, we did get a brief glimpse of the players on the side of Retroma Paradise. Jason acing Hyperstar, and I believe that was Salty, so they're without Harry XYZ, which is their traditional cooler player, so I'm wondering how that's going to impact them here in this set. I'm wondering if that lack of their sort of, their go-to cooler might start affecting, like, sort of throw a dent into their strategy somewhat.
Yeah,
and whether...
I know that Retroma right now, they're confident. So they might just be throwing a few, like, you know, unexplained things at the wall in this confidence. But, you know, they can't get too confident because we know how strong ULTRAMING could be. But I believe, yep, there we go. We just heard that ding-ding of getting into the game. Game 1 here. Everybody, Retroma Paradise versus ULTRAMING. Let's get into this.
Yeah, immediately we're seeing some very trademark weapons from both of these teams, acing on that Lunar Blaster Neo, and Carbon Deco coming out from Sofiane, which is not what I was expecting to see from them, to be honest, but traditionally, like a really long range already acings trying to won their way in, trying to find something here, but the members of ULTRAMING unfortunately not going to fall for it, but that's not going to matter if you throw a Fizz Bomb straight at the Stamper, as this is Retroma's initial push here. The pencil being wide open, being taken down alongside the shot. This is a really unfortunate jump in. Unfortunately, Stamper isn't going to quite, they're not going to be able to find a trade here, and that will be immediate first control of the zone to Retroma Paradise here. All things considered, this is a really strong start for them, I think.
Oh, yeah, this is an incredibly strong start. Just look at how far into the base that we're seeing Retroma go. We're just seeing the jump out once more.
Yeah, really nice bait onto acing there. They didn't even have cooler for that either. Unfortunately, Shortcake going to be taken out by Salty on this app. Salty getting another pick onto Crystal, and that will be a full wipe on the side of Retroma Paradise. I'm just realizing that the teams might be the wrong colors.
Yeah, no, Joel, I noticed that too, but I wasn't going to say anything. I am noticing there is Ace getting a double, then instantly getting careened by that Ingzuka, and there we go. Game 1 is already over. Retroma Paradise taking it, and we are going to fix what's happening in the top left there. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, we'll fix what's happening on the top left of that. A little bit of a quirk with how we've set this up, so apologies for that, folks. But with that said, Retroma Paradise giving, like, immediately KOing. It's like the way that ULTRAMING collapsed, you know, it reminds me of a certain date. You know what I mean?
A certain date? You know, like a certain date and time?
A certain date.
Such as April 24th, 1644 in Beijing.
April 24th? 1644?
April 24th, 1644.
Bro, for some reason it's like being a mouthful. I don't know why that is like such a mouthful for me to say. But those two, that collapse, reminding me of the utter collapse of ULTRAMING's initial push there. Just like as soon as they lost one member, the members of like Retroma Paradise immediately knew, okay, we have cooler, we have a pick, we're gonna instantly just collapse straight onto the other members of ULTRAMING, and they weren't really able to do a whole lot about it. Never really able to find their footing either, despite multiple attempts from Shortcake to try and sneak past them a little bit. I think what they really needed to do is they really needed to try and paint out of their base a little bit more, you know, like in order to push out of your base, you need to establish that control, right? You need to get a little bit of a foothold going so that you can take that inch and turn it into a mile using your specials. And unfortunately, the members of ULTRAMING just really weren't doing that. They were playing a very, like, individualized game, I feel like. So I'm wondering how they're going to change things up for this next stage, which is, believe it or not, Inkblot Art Academy Tower Control. Absolute classic map here, Slap.
Yeah, no, we were already talking about it for the last map, but this is a map and mode combination that everybody loves. Like, come on, you're a competitive player as well, Spore. Tell me how much you love this.
Inkblot Art Academy Tower Control, honestly, as a competitive player, I love seeing this map mode combination. It's one of the most, like, it's very straightforward, so it's really easy for, like, sort of less experienced teams to pick up, but the top level teams really know how to master it. And I think that it allows both teams to just, and it allows so much skill expression for both of these teams. And obviously, Barnacle and Time Splat Zones, while it is a fairly, like, I say fairly standard Splatoon 3 map, it doesn't allow for nearly the same level of skill expression as Inkwell Art Academy Tower Control. And I think both of these teams will be able to show off some of their best stuff on this stage.
Yeah, no, especially, we always love to talk about it and we love to see it, but the Lunar Blaster sharking underneath those gaps there, like, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of that. And, you know, I don't even know, I mean, I know earlier Jason mentioned that we're going to be seeing a lot of subs happening, so who knows if their team comp's just going to be changing left, right, and center.
Yeah, who knows if that comp is going to be changing left, right, and center here, but what I do know is that Acing is going to be an absolutely key member for Retroma on this map in particular. You mentioned it being underneath those ledges, and Inkblot, by golly, has a lot of ledges to hide under if you're a Lunar Blaster, but another really key thing that I want to point out is that Acing prefers the Lunar Blaster Neo, which has the newly, well, I say newly buffed, the new Ultra Stamp. I'm calling it new Ultra Stamp because ever since the netcode changes, it genuinely seems to be blocking shots just that bit more reliably. And if there's one thing Luna can sometimes struggle to do on this map is as it's pushing up, it can kind of struggle to push into the bats, but not if you have an Ultra Stamp ready. If Acing could use these Ultra Stamps to great effect here, I think Retroma could have an incredibly strong snowball on the stage.
What, you mean the special that was created to work actually works?
Look, it took them only a few years, but finally, it looks like it works sometimes. And that's
also,
enough.
talking about Lunar Neo as well, that Fizzy Bomb, we already saw it in the last game. That is just a really reliable tool to have.
Really reliable tool to have. Just allows you to poke from afar. And Acing, not really that well known for cooking their Fizzy Bombs, but honestly, like, when you cook a Fizzy Bomb to 2 or 3, like, to like 2 stages all the way, the number of the explosions of the chip and the paint and just all the little things that it provides really add up quickly. And
also, Sport, are you starting the game?
I will be soon. I was let's just say I got a little bit caught up in the moment. You know how it goes when you're commentating these kinds of sets.
We're sorting out the colors as well. Oopsie daisy.
There we go. Colors have now been fixed. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We like to see the colors
yeah,
fixed.
they weren't even on yeah, they were weapon select. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, they weren't even on weapon select just yet, but
Oi, look, guys, it's our first time. Come on, be nice.
look, man, like, I think they're just complaining because they don't get to see some pretty decent Splatoon, all things considered.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, jumping straight back into this, and we see a big switch up from ULTRAMING here, and a relatively the same sort of comp coming out from Retroma Paradise. I'm curious to see whether this switch up from ULTRAMING will do them any favors here. See Crystal.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Crystal on this right side, looking for a pick. Unfortunately, decides to sit in a corner and not really do anything. As the members of Retroma Paradise start moving up on this right-hand side, trying to find a pick, trying to find some sort of control here. Acing is able to trade out the shot, but unfortunately, like, not the best trade you could go for in that situation. Both sides having pull up, but Acing immediately jumping back in. Crystal not going to be able to find that pick, and it is Retroma Paradise getting the initial splats that they need in order to start pushing this tower here, Slap.
Already on top of the tower, we're about to see, there we go, past that checkpoint 1, and now we're seeing that newly buffed Ultra Stamp coming in, already getting crystals down, going even further, and can they get 2? Yes, they do get 2, we get 3, loses down to that Inkzuka, and then we go Lemon with another shot there. We heard Jason already lament about how much Lemon loves to use that Inkzuka.
Yeah, that Zuka providing like a really, really nice kill on Ace and preventing them, like the side of Retroma from snowballing just a little bit further. But right now we're in a bit of a a bit of a neutral situation. I was gonna say, unfortunately, Acing and Jason, fantastic team play, able to efficiently dispatch Lemon here, squeezing them back to their spawn. As the members of Retroma are now really just cleaning up on this left side. It's an absolute bloodbath here, Slab.
Yeah, no, we saw an absolutely amazing moment there from ULTRAMING. But you know what, Retroma Paradise is going straight in the best way they know how, and it's with that Lunar Blast, which is going under those ledges once again, getting a double again, and going in with that stamp. Are we going to see a 4K here from Acing? No, the Suction Bomb is going down. And then Lemon bringing out that Zuka once more as that tower trickles even further and further, but is still unable to get past that 62 mark.
Yeah, Lemon Zuka once again stalling the efforts of Retroma Paradise here, keeping them back in the game. 2 wonderful kills. And both the members of Retroma Paradise are still on this border right. Unfortunately, Hyperstar is going to be able to back up a little bit, but I'm not really sure what that jump was from Jason, but either way, that's going to deny them of strikes if ULTRAMING are able to convert this into a push, but it seems like they're not really able to win their fights. There's a lot of trades going on, and Retroma Paradise, as a result, are still able to hold this mid, still able to exert all of this chip damage and pressure. This, I think that was, I didn't catch the Zap player, but they were able to jump out there really nice, making sure that they stayed alive, jumping straight back in. Might be able to pick up to Jason, they do. Wonderful trade. 3 members of Retroma Paradise going down here. It is just Salty. They do have Cooler. They're going to opt not to pop it, instead opting to jump out and preserve their Cooler for the advance of the ULTRAMING Warriors.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to repeat the same joke as before, but I'm just wondering if ULTRAMING are going to be able to this enough to get past that 62 mark, and do we see them get in the lead this time? Lemon, Sufyan now on. There we go. They are able to take the lead, get past that 62 mark, and people are just going down for Retroma Paradise. It's a really, really good position for ULTRAMING as they get to this second checkpoint, as they push even further and just try and get that advantage even more shortcake. Able to get 1, but 2 people are now going down right there. Look at that. The stamp once more able to take down a few players there on ULTRAMING. Very nice again from Acing as it all gets reset back to the middle. But ULTRAMING now, as I said, in the lead.
ULTRAMING in the lead. They could have gotten even more out of that if they just had someone on tower and someone more confidently taking the bats, but they do have a lead. Ever so slight, but they do still have a lead. But not if Acing has anything to say about it. Getting 1 fantastic pick onto Crystal here. Trying to find a way into their plan. Fortunately, opting to play a little bit slow, which is giving time for Lemon and Sufyan to try and fight this tower. They are able to pick off Lemon here in a 3v3 situation. Hyperstar has their trap pack ready. This would be a fantastic place to use it, but Shortcake able to take out Salty, and the pressure is still on. Sufyan is still by this tower in a 1v3 situation. They are going to be dispatched as Hyperstar popping a really strange crab as the real members of ULTRAMING, by the skin of their teeth, are going to be able to prevent Retroma from getting the lead for the time being. Lemon running away for dear life right now. So does Retroma opt to turn around, look this out, but there is the
Lemon from behind with the Zuka!
It seems that the members of Retroma Paradise do not have object permits. It's Lemon just uses
no, Lemon's there. They have the stamp as well. This could be it, the lead of ULTRAMING. They still have the stamper there with the Zipcaster going in from behind, just trying to make sure that nobody can step on that tower. They just have 15 seconds left. The tower is so close to taking over. They have just a little tiny bit to go, but ULTRAMING are just hanging on. Only Jason Salty on the tower. They get him down. ULTRAMING can take this game with only 4 seconds left on the clock. Hyperstar's the only one, and they jump in, but they're on the tower. The Booyah Bomb pops, and there we go. It is 1-all.
What? That was beautiful defending from the side of ULTRAMING. Normally on tower control, I'd expect a more sort of passive defense, but you know what? ULTRAMING living up to the fact that, you know, at the time of the Ming Dynasty, it was the largest nation on Earth, right? They had the largest army on the planet as well. And one thing that they did really, really well was they just kind of threw troops at a bunch of the stuff they wanted to conquer, and it just worked. And just in a similar sort of fashion.
No, Splat. Who needs thousands and thousands of troops when you have Lemon on your team?
True, Lemon is worth like 1 million troops, man.
That guy lived for 10,000 years on the battlefield, and then went straight behind them and was just like, yeah, no, okay, bang, dead. Let me pop the Zuka as well. And you know what, Sport, just quickly go through to the next map and start the game while we just talk about it instead of showing off the next stuff.
That's a fair point. I don't want to keep these teams waiting for too much longer here. We don't want to, we don't want to sit on our laurels, get complacent, and then eventually develop a corrupt bureaucracy and have a bunch of natural disasters, and then, boom, it's April 24th, 1644 again, That's not what we want to see. What we want to see is Splat Zones on Mighty Resort. This is a banger stage.
Yeah, no, honestly, going crazy with the map picks for week 1, although it's only going to go downhill from here, guys, trust me. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's just one of those maps that you love to see again, and we always highlight the ability for the Lunar Blaster to go on, because we all know what general shooters are going to do on maps. Like, we all know what certain weapons are going to do. Like, who else plays a Lunar Blaster except for Acing? So you just have to keep highlighting what it's going to do on certain maps. And you know what? With the bats up there and everything, I feel like this is another map where it could prosper. But as we saw last time, ULTRAMING definitely just know how to deal with it.
Yeah, as we mentioned at the start of this, both these players and these teams have a lot of experience playing against one another, and they just kind of, Acing has a lot of what I'd call solo queue habits. These sort of habits is like, yeah, I'm gonna get away with this and you're not gonna know about it. But the thing is that ULTRAMING do know about it. They have experience playing against that Lunar Blaster from Acing. But getting a 70 onto the heavy head. Unfortunately, not going to be able to convert that into a kill, but as both sides cool up, this Damper is absolutely dead to the Cyclone here. As the initial picks going to side Retroma Paradise, they are going to be able to get control of the zone. Crystal going down. Once again, it's an absolute bloodbath on the left side of the map here. Salty just kind of watching everything happen, trying to get cooler, getting a really nice pick onto Sophiana as well, preventing them from getting cooler for a little bit longer. As Crystal dropping in one by one, the members of ULTRAMING just seem to be losing all sense of discipline right now. As the timer on the zone is still it's just ticking down.
Yeah, no, it's just ticking down further and further. Jason just completely rushing in. His head is off. And then we got the crab up there. Iverstar just dying there on the grates as well. But you know what? ULTRAMING are still just unable to get in and start painting that zone.
Yeah, Acing, I don't know why they decided the ward to the right there. There were two people literally on the ledge that they were looking at. They could have just gotten two really big kills there. Unfortunately, it's not gonna, that doesn't seem to have affected things too much here. So members of ULTRAMING still going down one by one. Jason going to be sniped by a signature Lemon Zuka, but it is just Lemon and Shortcake really on this advance right now. Just Shortcake on this advance, just no one on this advance right now as Retroma Paradise understanding the most fundamental thing about Splat Zones, right? The most fundamental thing about Splat Zones. Set yourself up around the zone and just let the enemy feed into you. And it works basically every time.
Yeah, and that was a very blink and you miss it kind of game. That was a very, very blink and you miss it one.
The last zone game was like that too,
Yeah, no, and then Retroma already one game off, really, of getting to that guaranteed point. Because, yeah, as you guys may or may not know, how this works is if you win 3 games, that's a draw. Oh, if you win 3 each, it's a draw. 4+, you get a win. And then 2-, you get a loss. But, yeah, no, just... oh, my God, okay, yeah, I forgot this was the next map and mode. Humpback Rainmaker. We have already seen how chaotic this map and mode can be.
Yeah, this map mode's been it's a bit of a chaotic one. Another classic from Splatoon 2, I would say. A lot of teams picking this. It featured in a World Championship 2019 where they ran Japan ran fucking double custom jet sculpture, Ultra Brush Nouveau. And that's the main claim to fame that this map has had. There's been a lot of good sets played. This map has featured a lot of good sets, but it's never the highlight of them. But I think it could be a highlight here. Retroma Paradise are up 2-1, but both of those wins have been on Splat Zones. Both those wins have been on an objective where the mode just the mode where the objective just kind of sits in the middle of the stage. ULTRAMING winning tower control as well, so. So far we've seen ULTRAMING very much preferring these sorts of objectives that actually move up with the team. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to convert that into into something here. So we do see a sub as well from Retroma Paradise as well. Jason subbing out and Gren subbing in, so they're gonna have a little bit of a different vibe, I would say. They're gonna have like Jason more of a sort of like slosher player at the moment, but Gren is more of a blaster player. Not like I don't know if they'll play like range blaster, but I know that they are a big they're a big regular blaster fan. So the general strategy of like just having those two front lines chip together and then having like Cooler and Hyperstar holding the line isn't going to change too much, I think. But what will change, I reckon, is the comp of Ultraming. We saw after we lost that first match, they drastically changed up their comp. It seemed to work a lot better for them. And then on that zones game that we just happened, you know, it was over really, really quickly. So I'm really curious to see what Ultraming is going to change stuff to.
You know, me too, but you know what? Here we are. We have no reason to wonder anymore because we are about to see. Yeah, there we go. Sufjan with the carbon once more. And Gren coming out with the well string.
Gren coming out with the Wellstring, the custom Wellstring as well. That's the Point Sensor and Wavebreaker one, so opting not to use the Ultra Stab one, which I'm a bit surprised about. They are going to be able to use that to pop the Rainmaker really, really quickly. Wellstringer being one of those sort of funny Rainmaker weapons in the same vein as Sploosh, but so far both teams opting to play it kind of careful mid. I'm not really sure what Crystal is shooting at the moment, or whether they're trying to paint or whatever, but either way, they're going to be caught out by a really impressive Hyperstar right now, trying to... Unfortunately getting caught out in mid as Sufjan gets a really nice double onto the members of Retroma Paradise that are in the middle of the stage. But right now I'm watching Lemon watch their teammates die, and I don't know if I like that, you know?
I mean, Lemon's just waiting to pop that Zuka, which they do right there. And Gren just getting cornered right now by Sufjan. But there we go, Salty able to get the assist in there. Make sure, get down Mr. President. There we go, the Rainmaker is able to get to that first checkpoint. Retroma Paradise playing insanely quick right now as there we go, the stamp also comes out. But Sufjan able to shark there just for a little bit and able to get that delayed kill on the Rainmaker. But it's not going to delay him too much. Just there we go, look at them already just run right to the end. 18 not wasting a single second getting the point mark all the way down to 12.
Yeah, I think they had a really good use that Ultra Stamp. Unfortunately, didn't take out Sufjan in time because I think they went a little bit too fast. But either way, 12 points on this map is really, really solid. We see, I think it's Crystal's grabbed the Rainmaker, but not being careful of the ledges is going to get you killed if you're playing against acing, and Sufjan forced to jump out the Rainmaker on this far left side. It is a viable push option, less viable than it was 2-2, but could still be an angle that the side of Retroma Paradise might want to use as people are just feeding into Hyperstar right now. Hyperstar's just been chilling on their plat this entire time. Unfortunately, Retroma opting to go the long way around. That's just given Sufjan time to shark. They're going to get one hit. They're going to find a second hit onto Retroma Paradise here. They do have the numbers advantage, but so far, it's still very much ultra playful. Neither team really wanting to move up very quickly into mid, and this might be Ultraming's chance to start trying to get some sort of control back. Maybe they're trying to look for a sneaky little kill onto Hyperstar. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find it as 3 go down. 3 people down right there, and Retroma get the Rainmaker once more. Hyperstar pushing in, as you see, multiple times here. Just waiting for Salt to be able to come around. Look at that. Specials getting popped off every which way. They've got Cooler, they've got Crab, and they've got the Wavebreaker up there. As we're seeing, the Suka from Lemon again, able to stop that Rainmaker from being able to get another as well. Ultraming really have to start making these pushes now as soon as they start getting these picks. Yeah, Ultraming really need to convert this into some sort of advantage, but they're not going to be able to
convert it with the quad!
They're not going to be able to convert it into anything if the Lunar Blaster gets the quad on your plat somehow, and the Rainmaker will reset, but if you're Retroma Paradise, you are absolutely fine with this situation, you know? Like, you have half the plat control. The members of Ultra being seemingly absolutely terrified to move up anywhere that there's a ledge. I think as a result of that, they're able to maintain so much pain on this map. Like, this stage has been blue for the last 3.5 minutes, and I've barely seen it turn orange.
I mean, it doesn't seem like they have, like, the best.
Oh, no.
It's getting held back in their base. Oh, and they don't really have the range as well to really miss it. No, it's not a dunk. But it is set to 1 point with a minute left on the clock. ULTRAMING need a miracle right now.
ULTRAMING need a miracle, and not only that, but they need to move this Rainmaker up. Unfortunately, dropping straight into the middle of the stage is not really what you want to be doing. There's still a minute left in the game. It's a little bit early to panic, I would say, but ULTRAMING definitely losing their composure. Lemon trying to fight it with the Zuka. I think they did try to pick onto Gren, but honestly, Gren is probably the least valuable pick in this situation. The most valuable pick, obviously, being either Salty or Icing Short Kick, able to get behind, might be able to find a second pick, does find 2 onto Gren. This might be the start of something here. They can see Hyperstar chilling on left mid. Acing will be taken down by the Rainmaker up here, and this is ULTRAMING's chance to start moving into mid, start trying to fight on a little bit more of even terms. Unfortunately, they're not really, they're playing very scared right now, really not painting the floor, which, you know, is the fundamental thing of Splatoon. Might be able to find a pick onto, unfortunately, Nixon jumps out. I'm like, it's so chaotic right now. Things just being thrown left and right. But ULTRAMING
not even dying there.
Nah.
That was, what the hell even was that?
That was a reenactment of April 24th, 1644.
April 24th, 1644. God. Well, there we go. Retroma Power have got the point locked in. And just one more game and the 3 points is theirs. Now, ULTRAMING just have to fight for 2 more games to try and get a draw out of it.
Yeah, 2 more games that ULTRAMING need to win if they're going to be able to get some kind of a draw against Retroma. They've secured, like, Retroma, you're gonna be feeling pretty good if you're Retroma, right? Like, aside from that one little blip, you've had 3 really confident wins in this set so far. And, you know, as you just mentioned, they've guaranteed at least a draw. They're guaranteed at least to get 1 point out of this set, which, you know, all things considered, like, guaranteed to get at least 1 point. And if you're Retroma, with the level of confidence that you've probably got, you know, what's stopping you from getting all 3? We see Johnny Jr.?
Yeah, bro forgot to alias.
Bro forgot to alias. Well,
get him out. 10 point reduction. 10 point reduction for Retroma right now. Get him out of here.
But while we're waiting for Johnny Jr. to reveal their true identity to us, why don't we talk a little bit about Macklemore Clan Blitz, which is the next map that we'll be these teams will be playing on this set.
This shit is so chaotic. I love it. It's so funny. The baskets are so close and so open. Like, with how, like, breakneck we've been seeing, like, Retroma play, especially at the start of these games, I'm expecting a pop in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm expecting a basket open really, really quick. Macklemore Clams, one of those, like, clam-based maps which is so small and so cramped that you really feel like it feels almost more like you're playing Rainmaker with how quickly you can convert picks into some sort of momentum. Like, just off of, like, how small the stage is, but also the key areas of Macklemore are really, really identifiable to basically every team at this point. Obviously, Macklemore being probably considered by most to be the best stage in competitive Splatoon history, or one of the best. And one of the most defining features about that is the stacks. So, you know, both of these teams need a strategy in order to try and secure control over these stacks. I think we already know what the strategy will be from Retroma Paradise, but Slab, why don't we speculate a little bit? Why don't we talk a little bit about what we think ULTRAMING might do to try and secure the arguably the 2 most crucial areas on this entire map?
I mean, I don't know, because they're so, like, just... I was about to say stupid, but they're not that chaotic. That's what I want to say. ULTRAMING are just, like... The way that they play the game is absolutely, like, just silly at this point. Like, even Crystal themselves said that they play just to, like, bring that little bit of chaos, bring that little bit of fun. So, honestly, I have no idea. What do you think?
I think I think that they're going to be relying a lot on potentially Machine plus Carbon Roller if that's what they decide to opt for in this game. But before I can speculate anymore, we're about to see exactly what ULTRAMING are going to pull out on this stage. Jumping straight into Game 5, Retroma Paradise versus ULTRAMING. We do see Stamper, Machine, Zap, and Shot. That's going to be... They've got a lot of tools there to take those stacks, you know? That's a lot of tools. A lot of tools.
But are they going to be able to use them to good use with Retroma on their tails? Acing already going over to their stack. You already know what he needs to do with that.
Cool. However, Hyperstar's already going to be taken down here. We see Samba versus Slosher. Slosher ultimately going to be able to come out on top. Some fantastic spacing from Jason here. As the momentum swinging slowly but surely in the favor of Retroma. As I say that, two of them immediately going down. It is a bloodbath. ULTRAMING finally able to get the picks that they need to get some sort of momentum going. They are able to pick up Acing. Unfortunately, not quite going to be able to find Hyperstar, which might prove to be a bit of a thorn in their side here. But not if they jump out. Then it'll be a... Unfortunately, not quite with the Booyah Bomb, but really nice combination of the Fizzy Bomb and the Booyah Bomb from Crystal. Going to be able to take out the backline for Retroma Paradise, and this looks like it's going to be the first score of the game going to ULTRAMING.
Yeah, no, they've just been playing this absolutely brilliantly. I was about to bring up the point where every single time it looks like ULTRAMING is finally going to get something. Like the unkillable Lemon able to jump out there. But every single time it looks like ULTRAMING was able to finally get those picks and finally get something going, they're all cool with it. Yeah, but cool. They were just finally able to find something against Retroma where they didn't have Cooler Out, where they were finally able to put all those picks that were getting to good use. But right now, Retroma are finding two power clamps and are probably going to use them to good use as we see Acing come round. Look at them go in again with that Stamper. Able to get one. Do we see two? We do, but they do go down for it. Oh, unfortunately, Sofian was unable to get any picks there. And there we go. The lead is lost as Retroma just wait to keep staggering this basket. As we're seeing a few people there. Some clams there. Jason coming in now, throwing them all in, resetting that timer. But ULTRAMING looks like they finally got a stop to that. Acing just waiting there and is able to get a trade, but their push is now over as ULTRAMING now have to find their way back into this game.
Yeah, Acing getting a really nice trade onto the cooler from ULTRAMING there means that they're not going to have a cooler for this upcoming push, whereas Salty is going to have plenty of time to get their next cooler in anticipation for ULTRAMING's next advance. We see, I think there's a short kick on the Stamper, just shocking here, trying to find a pick, is able to take out Acing before they're able to trade anybody else. Jason also being taken out, and the Zip Passer is going to be popped to try and deal with this crab tank. However, Hyperstar's just going to kind of roll away. And just like that, the Zincaster user is dead. The ULTRAMING may have opened the basket, but they immediately go 3 down. Sofian is unfortunately not going to be able to trade with Acing there, and immediately momentum flips back to Retroma Paradise.
Straight back into their direction. They've already got a power climb though. Acing does fall, but you know what? They are still able to get that basket down. But you know what? ULTRAMING putting up a really good fight here and not letting them get too much off of it.
Yeah, Retroma Paradise even able to break that penalty. The next power combo they score will break the penalty, even if it will be by only 1 point. But Acing dancing with the devil right now. All the Stamper needs to do is the ones. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do that. Like, able to find 1 pick, able to find 2, might be able to find 3. I have no idea how they did not find Acing. Acing is going to... They managed to jump out in the nick of time as Acing almost dying to that Boo Bomb. They are going to be... like able to catch more members of ULTRAMING as they kind of just drop into this little buster, which is a bit of a worrying trend like so far throughout this set. But okay, nice direct onto Shorty. That is gonna another kill onto Sofian. Like Acing has just been using the cover of their teammates like really well throughout this game so far. Like every time that they've made an advance, there's been someone there with them, just preventing Acing from immediately getting blown up. As another score for Retroma Paradise coming in, they are going to be able to break their penalty. They might 3 members of ULTRAMING being taken out. They are going to be able to get it out all the way to 21, probably. Yep, all the way down to 21 here. No more clams left on the side of Retroma Paradise. But honestly, if you're Retroma, I wouldn't be too worried about not being able to score. Unfortunately, Acing.
Just barely missing that bus. And you know, ULTRAMING have a mountain to climb here to get back into this. You know, it could happen, but okay. With only Lemon up, 20 seconds left to go, Zuka has been popped. It is looking bleaker and bleaker for them.
So bleak right now. They need more than 2 power clams to score. 2 power clams are probably like 4 or 5 regular clams, which they've only got 1 power clam and they don't even have control of mid right now. Acing, popping this Ultra Stamp. Unfortunately, like, will be taken down, but ultimately providing the distraction that Retroma needed to secure Game 5.
Yeah, Game 5 has been secured. Retroma now past the point of no return for ULTRAMING. ULTRAMING can no longer this. The 3 points have been secured for Retroma. But you know what? If ULTRAMING still win, if they're able to win this next game, they're in a better position than any other of the teams that have lost so far.
Yeah, they're like every score so far has been either a 6-0 or a 5-1, and like if Retroma wins this game, it's another 5-1. It's like, okay, it's one of the more interesting scorelines because there's only one other of those 5-1s. But if they're able to get if ULTRAMING can get a second game on the board, that puts them above all the other losing teams in this league so far. And honestly, like that sounds like it's not that great, but that's mid-table. You know, if you're mid-table, yeah, like you've got so many like possibilities. You can still make a comeback. It's only week 1, like. But the final stage that we'll be seeing today will be Undertow on Rainmaker. So while I go ahead and change the map, Splat, do you want to talk a little bit about this stage?
Yeah, no, just once again, it's one of those maps, people. It's very like decisive 2 checkpoints. We usually see a lot of people go for the deeper left one that gets you to that very claustrophobic choke point, which, you know what, recently it did get its like uninkable floor like taken away from it, which means that you can now, like, you know, blast through it, swim through it a little bit quicker, but it's still such a close and enticing space to be in, isn't it? Such
a close space, and you know what likes close spaces?
Is it a Lunar Blaster, by chance?
Might be a Lunar Blaster, perchance. Yeah. You know, so far, the members of ULTRAMING, I think they've been getting more and more wise to it as the set's gone on, but they're still very frequently just kind of face-planting into the Lunar Blaster. They're looking at it like it's... They're looking at it like it's free candy, like, in the back of a white van or something, like... With how greedy they've been trying to go for acing, and like these really like sort of these situations where you kind of you're kind of thinking, okay, like is acing going to be able to get these kills here, or will they be able to just like dispatch acing before they're able to land 2 indirects? Because so like acing's getting a lot of kills, right? But how many directs have you hit them see this set?
A couple.
Yeah, a couple, but the majority of their kills are going to be indirects, which means they need 2 shots. So what ULTRAMING really need to do is they need to make sure that they can isolate this Lunar Blaster and dispatch it before acing is able to get off 2 indirects.
Yeah, but you know, we're just gonna... Oh, okay. Before I can even say anything, they're throwing everything at the wall right now. What is this? Goo Tuber, Squeezer, and End Try.
This is the first time I've ever seen custom goo in a competitive set, and I already don't like the set it's using. But
and we see the V-Neo, sorry, the V-Luna as well.
Yeah, V-Luna from acing as well. Deciding that, you know, they're a little bit bored of using Ultra Stamp and getting like some really nice doubles. They're gonna just direct the Stamper. Not gonna be able to find another one, but even so, Retroma Paradise will be able to start moving up on this left-hand side here. Gren on this World Trigger. Unfortunately, not quite gonna be able to find a pick, but they are still alive. They might be able to find a lot of chip, but not if Shortcake has anything to say about it. It's looking like this will be a nice cleanup from ULTRAMING, as Hyperstar being the only one left at this point to hold down the fort in mid. Shortcake mixing things up a little bit because they're able to find a nice pick onto Hyperstar here. As ULTRAMING slowly but surely starting to swing the favor of mid in their direction.
Shortcake is just running through right now.
cutting through them like a knife through butter, as we see ULTRAMING taking an initial lead here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find the checkpoint. Unfortunately, Lemon not quite charging up that Guchuba enough to be able to get the one tap, but might be able to get a... No.
No. Oh, and 3 people go down as Acing takes them all with him. And there we go. They're so good, aren't they? Like, come on. They are just so good.
Absolutely clinical from Retroma Paradise here. They're a well-oiled machine in this set right now. They just, like, they're understanding the cues and the flow of these matches incredibly well right now, which is really what you want to see from two definitely rival teams, I would say, in this one. Unfortunately, I'm surprised that that's still alive. I thought it would be indirectly by lost it, but they're able to find a second trading salty that could have been preventing them from getting a cool for a little bit longer, but what they're not going to be preventing is a push for the side of Retroma Paradise. As Gren tries to mix things up, going for the other checkpoint, but not going to be able to get it in time, as ULTRAMING still technically have the lead, even if it is by just 1 point. Lemon going to be taken out. Custom Gucci, but really not wanting to sit in those kinds of ledges, I would say, as now it's Retroma Paradise is trying to find a way through whatever the heck you would call it. Oh, what?
Oh my! This Rainmaker shield has been so devious throughout this entire week. We've seen 2 people lose a 1v1 with the general shield, not even the pop. And there we go, the pop getting a double there. But you know what? Before I can even stop speaking, Retroma Paradise getting the wipeout and will most likely be getting the pop here unless ULTRAMING can make it right. Over there they do get a pick on Acing though. Acing not able to be that defining player that they always are. Lemon running in right now with the stamp, does go down to the Rainmaker, and there we go. Entry able to run in and stop the Rainmaker before they do get the checkpoint. ULTRAMING is still in the lead somehow.
Right now, I think you're seeing 2 very different approaches. You're seeing the side of Retroma Paradise, cool, cold, calculated, always knowing what their next move is going to be. And then you have ULTRAMING, who has gone with the strategy of, if we don't know what we're thinking, our opponents don't know what we're thinking either. And by golly, it's working.
It's working a whole lot better than I think anybody here could have expected, although the only person up right now is that Squeezer. Maybe, just maybe, is this going to be the moment? Are we finally going to see the Rainmaker shield? Oh, not the Rainmaker shield, the Rainmaker checkpoint get broken. Does Bren get it? There we go. And the miracle run of ULTRAMING could be over right there.
Yeah, ULTRAMING is so close to winning a game with custom Guchuba.
It's still alive! It's still alive! 3 down! Wipeout! It's still alive!
The dream's still alive. ULTRAMING advancing through mid here. Right now it's Shortcake trying to look for any member of Retroma Paradise, trying to look for some picks. They opting to pop that Zipcaster, going to zip right past Acing. Is all the members of Retroma get caught for just a second, trying to look at Shortcake there. Not going to be able to find any kills. And I believe that's Crystal being taken out on the Squeezer. That means they've got 25 seconds, 3 specials online. For side Retroma Paradise, Rainmaker will be taken down. Cooler being popped by Retroma. I'm thinking this might be the beginning of the end. This might be April 24th. 1644 as Salty gets the Rainmaker onto the top left, deciding, you know what, we're fine with this, we're fine with 47, we're just gonna keep stalling this with Sufyan and Shortcake able to rush the Rainmaker, able to take it down. Overtime will start. Someone needs to grab this Rainmaker as quickly as they can if they want to have a chance of winning this match. Shortcake able to find some torture, but no one's grabbing the Rainmaker. Okay, Sufyan has grabbed the custom Guchuba, is online, Acing is behind, it's up to Lemon to hit the shot. Lemon does not hit it. It's Sufyan against the world, but the world has another thought, and that will be Retroma Paradise winning the set by 1.
That was insane. What even was that last game? I honestly, it's heartbreaking for ULTRAMING to get that close to even winning that game. Like, even if they won that game, unfortunately, that would have even, like, taken them to a draw. But they fought so hard. They fought so valiantly, and they got so close. But Retroma Paradise really just showing why they had won so many games beforehand. And you know what? That takes it. So Retroma Paradise do have another win over ULTRAMING. The undefeated streak has not been stopped.
You know, like how in Smash there's that website where you could look up any player's record versus any other player.
PG stats, yeah.
Yeah, PG stats. Imagine if there was that for Splatoon. Imagine what the record must look like between Retroma and ULTRAMING right now.
And for any of you Fantasy League participants right now, Acing is posting how many splats they got. You may have found your kill leader, per chance.
Yeah, for some reason I thought AC was going to play this week, so my fantasy bracket, kind of in shambles right now. But you know what, it's perfectly alright, we've got plenty more weeks of Splatoon left to play, plenty more weeks left for you guys to create fantasy teams for as well. Give us remind us how many weeks there are in the, in this league so far, Slab.
Right, so this is week 1, and every team plays one another once, so that should be around, and then plus the catch-up week at the end for any games that are not scheduled, like in time or anything like that. That should take the league to around like 16, 17 weeks.
16 to 17 weeks, we have plenty of time to watch these teams evolve. Obviously, both ULTRAMING and Retroma Paradise, I'd say, are teams to watch. Obviously, they're both rival teams, right? But Retroma Paradise, you know, Slap, I've been around a really long time in the UK scene. I made a team called Shirts Mafia about 3 years ago, and not long after, another team popped up called Spark. And so far, it's really just been Chewits versus Spark for a lot of this. But Retroma Paradise, I think, will be the next team to try and challenge the mantle of Chewits Mafia. We saw at Vibes how they almost knocked Chewits out in the group stages.
The scenes if that happened.
The scenes if that happened would have been absolutely diabolical. But the main the thing is Retroma still, despite maybe not securing that absolutely monumental dub, they've secured another win for themselves here. And it's these little victories, these little paving stones that will build up over time, and eventually those are really what you need to build yourselves up to begin challenging the likes of a top team in a region like Chewits Mafia, like Spark, I actually don't really know too many other the top teams in specific European countries at the moment. Maybe Black Lotus is the best team in Germany, I don't know, but that's what you want. You want to make sure that you can confidently dispatch the other teams in your region, because once you get that confidence boost, you'll have the nerve to start trying to push yourselves even more. And I'm really excited to see what Retroma Paradise are able to pull throughout this league. Because obviously, Chewits, Sparking Flavor, they are also in this league, and these two teams will be playing each other at some point, so.
And that will definitely, most likely, be on this mainstream, which I promise will be a lot better next time. Once again, I just do want to apologize to both teams and you people here watching about how scuffed this has been today. I promise this is a one-time thing, and it will be sorted next time. I promise.
Next time 100%. We will have everything ready to go before we're actually due to play, the teams are due to play the match. But, considering how late things were and, how maybe flustered we were at the start, I think today's been a good experience, I think it's been a good set of Splatoon to watch and to commentate over.
Oh yeah, 100%. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, as scuffed as it may be. But yeah, no, thank you all once again for coming here, and hopefully we'll see you all again next week if the stream's available. But if not, just keep an eye on that TV guide and you'll be able to see every single set that is being streamed. So once again, thank you all for watching. This has been week 1 of the Inkerland League. Thank you all again for watching.
Thank you, and be sure to tune in next week for whatever the next match we'll be streaming is. But if you want some more games to watch until then, I do know that the next Chewits match will be played tomorrow. So, you might want to keep your eyes peeled for that one in the TV guide. But until then, I've been Spore, and you can find me on basically everything. I'm on Twitch as Spore_. I'm on Twitter as Cloud Sport. My Blue Sky, though, I believe it's Spore Cloud. Yeah, Spore Cloud for my Blue Sky. If you want to follow me on there as well. And Slap, do you have any socials you want to plug?
I'm on Twitter at m_r_splat, and that's really about it.
Sick.
So if you guys do care about, if you guys are not in the Discord and are just watching this randomly, if you want any more of the Inkerland Splatoon League, you can also find that on Twitter with Shark Attack SPL. But yeah, thank you all again so much for watching, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
Take care, everyone, and see you next week. Bye bye.